welcome Adam Garcia. Such an iconic moment in that film. Oh. I mean, did you have any idea we'd still be talking about that now?
Oh, yeah. No, I planned that the whole time. It actually wasn't in the script.
Oh.
It was one of those things where we were... Obviously, the girls, Piper and all the other girls were learning all these dances to do on the bar, and although the casting agent had seen me in Saturday Night Fever, so she knew I could dance, but everyone sort of was like, oh, no, he's an actor. And then I remember teaching Piper some moves near the bar for the boot scooting, because it's very similar to tap. And they were like, oh, can you dance? And I was like, that's what I do. That's what I do. And they were like, strokey beardy time. And then they said, and then they got this idea, they sort of looked into it, and they were like, well, would you... It was meant to be just a strip, like a normal, like, take off your clothes and get it. And they were like, well, why don't you do a dance to it? And so they sort of like, you've got about 48 hours with the choreographer, go and make something up. And I was like, yeah, that's fine.
Wow.
And so then we came back like a day or 2 days later. They put like a whole bunch of cameras up and they were like, ready? And I was like, yep, ready, because that's kind of what I do. And so it sort of grew from this sort of nothing in the script, and then it happened.
And as we were talking earlier, the life of a dancer normally has a time span. But you
it certainly does.
Way outlived that, and you've managed to kind of move into now choreography and writing with this lovely new show Emerald Storm.
Emerald Storm, yeah. So it's true. Now that I'm 50, but it is one of those things that I still love dancing, but there is a limit that to what the body can do. And I've always enjoyed being creating things and choreographing like numbers for like shows like Got to Dance and other things like that. And then the opportunity came to sort of choreograph a full show, which is quite daunting, I have to say. Now I'm like, oh, but you need to come up with more than 3 minutes.
And of course, you've had to mix the Irish dancing with the tap dancing in this, and it was when I was reading about it, I was thinking, you say that tap dancing is so the Irish dancing is a completely different level to learn.
It's really difficult, and it's sort of...
You said it's actually harder than tap.
It's harder than tap because, I mean, the tap that I sort of do, which is sort of more hoofing style, the American jazz style, is very low and down and heels, and they don't really use... They're all up on their toes, and they use these flicks and cuts, and it's incredibly athletic because it's almost like ballet and tap dancing combined. And it's very turned out. You always have to be constantly turning your feet out. And I mean, tap dance is like, do what I want. Throw my feet around and make some noise. But theirs is very much a visual thing as well as a sound thing.
I love the fact that you've happened upon dancing by accident at the age of 6, accompanying a friend. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I blame he's still one of my dear friends. We've known each other now for 45 years. Morgan O'Neill, we went to school together, we became friends, and his sister was learning cello, and his mum couldn't do like that. Obviously, he had to go with her, because his mum couldn't pick him up until like 4 o'clock after school. And he said, "Well, there's a ballet class next to it. I've got to go to ballet. Mum's making me go to ballet. You're going to come with me." I don't know exactly how the conversation went because I was 5, 5 or 6, and I just I went to my mum and I was like, "Oh, Mum, I'm be going to ballet with Morgan on whatever day it was," and she was like, "Oh, okay, fine. Well, that makes it easy. I can pick you up later too." And so I went with Morgan and we went to this little ballet school, and he quickly was like, "I don't really like this." He didn't hate it, but he was like, "No, this is not my thing." He's a wonderful musician. And I just thought of it, and I always have the saying that dance chose me rather than I chose it. I happened upon it and I was just like, oh, this is great. This makes all the sense in the world. I get to move to music. And it always made sense to me.
And you're doing 42nd Street, so it's Sadler's Wells, aren't you?
I'm coming to see you tonight, so I'm glad that you kept dancing. Can't wait to watch it. So tell us about this show.
Well, it's an amazing show. It's probably the tap dancing show of all tap dancing shows. In fact, it's a tap dancing show about a tap dancing show. It couldn't be more musical theatre. And I actually played Julian Marsh, so I'm the choreographer, but so I don't actually have to dance like all these wonderful young dancers do.
Henshaw.
And the fabulous, she's just so amazing.
And Les Dennis as well.
Les Dennis,
he's so funny as well, Les Dennis.
And he doesn't even seem to be trying to be funny. He can just stand there and be funny, and it's such an art. Yeah, they're complete professionals, Josephina Gabrielle. And then these two new, well, they're not that, I mean, Nicole Lilly, who plays Peggy Sawyer, I think she's, you know, early 20s, and she's just staggeringly talented. It's such a dream to watch. And Sam Lipps, who plays Billy Lawler, his voice and his act, like there's the cast is, you know,
stellar.
hopefully I'm not letting them down, but no, it's one of those things. It's a beautiful to see. Rob Jones has done the design. I've been wanting to work with Bill Deemer for 20 years, who's the choreographer. Now I finally get to do some of his steps, and Jonathan Church directing. It's a real dream show.
I'm looking
and
forward
dream
to
show
it.
me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember you running out of time, so we can't really talk about it, from Greece. I went to see you in Greece because obviously Shane was in it at
That's
the time.
right.
And you were a T-bird, and I remember you walking in and me going, not like me at all.
No.
But yeah,
that was
anyway,
a while
thank
ago
you
too.
so much. Emerald Storm opens on the 13th of September at the new Theatre Cardiff, and 42nd Street is currently on at Sadler's Wells Theatre in London until the 2nd of July.